Hey guys, Clary Bear here. I had to make a spontaneous video getting into a little bit more of how to start this diet. And this is having to do this for a good reason. I'm having some really great results. If you're checking my Instagram, you'll know that my tummy, it's kind of hard to see here. Tummy's doing really, really well, really flatter than ever. I'm feeling great, and it's really awesome. It's really exciting to wake up in the morning and see these gains and to share them with others so they can see that it's working. Now, some people have asked me, to teach a class or whatnot. So this is how I'm doing it. If you want to learn, just watch the videos. And not only me, but you can watch a lot of other people's videos too. Of course, Freely and During Writer have some good educational videos, but there's a whole world out there of other people and videos that you can also find about raw veganism, high carb veganism as well. Now, just to get started, I want to make sure that I would say if you want to do what I do, and you're not sure about going completely vegan or whatnot, let me just say that you can definitely do the 80-10-10 diet, or even a version of the Banana Girl diet, if you're still eating meat. However, because of the fact that veganism is just such an integral part of, 80-10-10 and the Banana Girl diet, it's much more optimal, because the main thing that you're wanting to do is keep your fats really low. Obviously your carbs are going to be real high, about 80%, even up to 90% is fine. And so what you want to do is track all of what you're eating on something like Chronometer, where you can calculate it in, and you want to keep track of what you're eating. So you want to keep track of, your fats not getting too high, because you'll start to realize that's one of the first things you'll realize when you start tracking your calories. And you might want to do this for a couple days just before you even try to change your diet, just so you can get a good idea about what your ratios are. A lot of people, are having a 35-40% fat level. And so, when you bring that down, you're going to have a lot of changes. So, the high carb aspect of it is going to be like the most important aspect, and it's definitely one to start with. You'll notice that when you say carb up, you're just going to be more efficient in your everyday life. You're going to feel better. You're going to start looking better. And before I also get into this anymore, I want you to know that you may not feel better immediately. You may feel worse before you feel better. You have to allow some time for detox and just getting used to eating, such a high amount of raw foods. So, depending on, and also, you may actually gain a little bit of weight before you lose it. It's just the way this diet is. It's not really a diet. This is a lifestyle, and it's a plan that you can do. It's not a fad or anything like that. Obviously, it's something that you can continue for a really, really long time. So basically, you're going to eat like a monkey. And if you didn't know, the apes are out there eating mostly fruit, and they eat a little bit of greens. Okay, so you want to eat most of your calories and carbohydrates from fruit. This is the main idea. Most people do it with smoothies in the morning. You can have a smoothie for lunch. A lot of people do watermelon. You want to do watermelon in the morning. There's some food combining rules that you want to learn, but I wouldn't be too overly concerned with that in the beginning. Learn as you go. Don't be afraid to just jump right in there and just buy a bunch of fruit and start eating it. And you really want to do about 2,500 calories or 3,000 calories. Now, when I started this diet, I actually lost 5 pounds in the first 2 weeks, and I was eating 6,000 calories on some days. I was eating an average of 5,000 or 4,000 calories every single day on this diet. And some days I wouldn't even do raw till 4. I would just stay raw the whole day. So you want to eat greens. You're supposed to eat about about a half to 2 pounds of greens. And really, for this diet, and I've changed. I used to be big into like kale and stuff like that, and I've changed. There are numerous different reasons, mostly digestion and oxalates, where you don't want to be really taking in too much kale or even like broccoli and stuff like that. It's better just to do tender leafy greens or romaine lettuce, actually. So you need those for your minerals. Do not skip on those. If you can't get them in your salads, then make sure and make some green smoothies or something. So very, very important. And you can also do some nuts. A lot of raw foodies, I think, are getting away from doing nuts as much because they're not really as raw as we thought. And, you know, there's so many different ways you can get a little bit of fat and a little bit of things. But nuts are really good. Walnuts, you know, a lot of them have really, really good things that we need, including the good fats. So, but like I said, there's other ways you can get your good fats from actually just from lettuces and fruits, and also flax and things like that too. So nuts are good just a little bit. So make sure and get the calories in, and that's a bare minimum, 2,500 to 3,000 calories. This is bare minimum. If you're working out, if you breastfeed, if you work hard, you're taking care of a family and all this stuff, you really should get more than that. Okay. You want to probably take a B12 supplement if you're not eating meat, and actually everybody should be taking a B12 supplement, not just people who are not eating meat. You want to get sunshine on your skin for about 30 minutes or until your skin, you know, temporarily turns pink and you start to feel it. So sleep is very big on this diet. You want to get about 8 to 12 hours of sleep a night so that your body can take care of everything. That is something that I am not that great on, but I know that my results would be even better if I did. And then water is something that is so important that you actually do want to really focus on. And this is one of those things that when I started, I noticed changes in my water consumption right away. You just kind of snap into a lot of healthy, at least I did, and I know a lot of other people do. They find it easy to make other changes. Like, it may sound like a lot when I tell you about all the other things that we were saying, don't do this, don't do that. And, start with the basics, obviously. Feel free to like transition in, but don't get overwhelmed with it. And when I say like, oh, I gave up coffee and I drink a lot less, and like, a lot of this will just happen. You'll notice when you're carved up, magical things will happen. So just hang in there. Basically, just go out there and get a bunch of fruit and eat it. That's all you need to know at the beginning. So, and of course, there's lots of resources. 30 Bananas a Day is a great resource. It's a website, it's a forum where you can literally go in there and search any question you have. You have a symptom or something, or a question that somebody brings up to you, you want to research on, go there, type it in the search, or you can ask them questions, sign up, and it's a really good place to get some support and ideas and information. So, and then also, Facebook and YouTube, obviously, you can get lots of information on there, like I said. Back to the 3,000 calories, males probably need more like the 3,000 and up. So, again, chronometer.com, CRONOMETER. You definitely want to track your calories and your nutrients, because when you start this, and especially people are going to be like, oh, well, what about your protein? And you can easily just look under your chronometer and say, actually, I got more than enough, protein today eating just bananas. So, 30 bananas a day, you might have heard that. Doesn't mean you have to eat 30 bananas every day. It's kind of like the 30 bananas a day diet, but it's just an idea that you need about 3,000 calories, which would be about 30 bananas. So, you definitely don't have to eat that all day, every day. And you don't have to stay raw all day. You don't have to have fruit all throughout the day. You just want to have basically fruit. And this is a loose plan. You don't have to do it exactly like this. There's numerous different ways that you can go about this, but you want to have, like I said, fruit in the morning, and then in the afternoon, you want to go on to salad. And then if you feel like you want to, you can do some cooked starches. And so you've probably seen a lot of different, or you can see a lot of different ideas on my Instagram and in my different videos that I have. But it's very, very easy to have. You want to keep it low fat is kind of the first concern that you want to have when you're having these starches. Most of the time when people are talking about carbs are bad for you, they're talking about actually food items that are actually half fat. So you just want to keep, like, if you make potatoes, don't use any oil. You don't need it. There's absolutely no reason why you need it. If you make a soup, leave the oil out, leave the meat out, leave the cheese off of everything. All of those things are going to make your fat go up so high, so fast, and you want to keep your fats, again, to about 10%. You may think that sounds really low, but research it yourself. Start to research. Look at the World Health Organization and how much protein that they say that we actually need per day, even if you're active. Lots of different things. It's actually very hard to get, a protein deficiency unless you're just not eating. So your starches, you can do like some beans and stuff, but I don't really do a lot of beans anymore. And I try not to do like a lot of bread and stuff, but you can do pasta. Corn pasta is great. You can do rice, and you can do potatoes and, tubers like radishes and sweet potatoes and different things like that. A lot of different choices that you can actually have. So these things are a backup plan. This is not something you want to be basing your diet on, because fruit is always going to be queen. Fruit is always first, and it's great because the more fruit you eat, the better you feel, and therefore the more you want to eat. Your body gets really used to it, and it just wants fruit. Just give me fruit, and you'll start to realize, like, wow, you're stretching your stomach out more, so you're able to eat, you're able to intake more fruit as you go too. Like I said, at the beginning, you may have some issues. If you're not drinking enough water, especially, you may be getting more digestion issues. Make sure and eat it, and if you have some digestion issues, then you want to look into food combining, and you want to go there. But remember, just keep your fats low. Just get rid of the salad dressings. You can look up new salad dressings. I like to use jalapenos in mine, maybe a little mango, citrus, different things. You might want to check out some of my videos. In the beginning, I ate a little bit differently. And in fact, I'll go back and one of my next couple videos will be me talking about specifically what I ate when I started, to kind of consolidate all of those recipes and stuff. But I did a lot of hummus, and I did a lot of salsa. I mixed hummus with salsa in the beginning, and I kind of slowly cut down the fats and the oils and the salt, because it's hard. I guess I haven't even talked about salt. You want to keep salt low too. It's probably not quite as important, but if you're looking to lose weight, cutting salt is huge. Now, people ask about juicing. Mainly, you just want to do smoothies. You don't want to really juice your vegetables or your fruits too much, because you're taking out one of the really beneficial parts, which is fiber. This diet, this lifestyle isn't really, behind fasting. Obviously, you want to get those calories in, and it supports your immune system. So don't juice, get that fiber in. Know that you're going to be going to the bathroom a lot. You're going to feel differently, but overall, it'll even out, and you'll feel better and better. And I'll also be making a benefits video, all of the different benefits, and it spans every aspect of my life. Well, almost every aspect of my life. And we'll wait and see on some others. Oh, I think I just got something in my eye. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, feel free to go at least lurk on 30bananasaday.com. And, if not, sign up, because, again, it's just such a good resource. And I'll do all I can. I'm really, really dedicated at this point to, sorry, my eye. I know I shouldn't be rubbing that right now. I'm really, really dedicated to, this lifestyle and helping spread this lifestyle. And some people think, that I might be getting a little obsessive, or that it's a waste of my time. But, it can't ever really be a waste of time if it's something that you're passionate about. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. And so feel free to ask me any questions. I'll try to help you as much as possible. But like I said, I don't know everything. So that's why it's good to have the 30 Bad website that we can go to here. So, basically just get that water in. You want to wake up, smash that water in, get about 2 to 3 liters a day of water. Just smash it in. Put a lot of water in your smoothies. When you're making your smoothies, guys, you don't need yogurt. Leave that out. You don't even need any almond milk or anything. Just fill them up with water. You can just get bananas. If you don't really even like the flavor of bananas, keep in mind, you can flavor it with, I would use carob instead of chocolate, because it's technically not on diet, but you can do carob or chocolate with a little bit of mint drops. You can do cinnamon. You can do a lot of different things, and you won't really necessarily have to taste the bananas as they are. But bananas are just used. They're so versatile, and they're cheap, and they're calorie dense. If you're choosing other fruits, you may not have something that is quite as calorie dense and able to fill you up. Now, one of the main things behind this diet, I've kind of, flippantly said, oh, you should try to get, 2,500 calories. And I cannot stress this enough. The number one thing is to stay carved up and to stay not necessarily full all the time, but if you get here's the deal. If you get too hungry, your body won't want fruit anymore because it'll be wanting something that's dense in calorie foods. I mean, it's just a built-in mechanism. Why sit there and eat fruit, when your body needs more fuel if you need extra? So your body's naturally going to go for the most calorie dense source that it can find. That is the key reason why you have to. And I've tested this. People think I just take this advice without even, thinking it. No, I've done my research and I've really tested this and I'm getting results now. So this is what works. Try it out. Fill yourself up with that water. Fill yourself up with that fruit and water. And then have some nice starchy meals in the evenings. And it gets really easy. This is the easiest diet I've ever done. I really, really encourage you guys to try it. Like I said, even if you take baby steps, even if you just start incorporating at first more high carb foods. I do have some warnings though. If you're still eating a meat-based diet or a lot of fat and you do up your fruit, you might be having some issues there with bloating and whatnot, because when you eat a lot of fat and have excess fat in your system, it really messes everything else up. So you want to make sure and keep your fat meals away from your fruit. Always eat your fruit first. That's why it's good to kind of start out with fruit in the morning. But also you could just start out your meal with fruit and then go towards your cooked foods if you want to do it that way. Everybody's different. So I think I pretty much said all I need to say in the very beginning here. Just remember that you need to eat fruit, eat that fruit, and especially in the beginning while you still have the remnants of your old food in your, in your body. And it's like, give me more of that old food. Give me more. It's like calling for the old food. And so you're going to have to be fighting off cravings a lot more than you would. And you're still in old habits. So that's why it's just so key. Get that fruit in, smash it in. You might start out and you can't even hardly eat 2 bananas because you're only used to eating 2 bananas for a snack, but very quickly you'll start to be able to down those 6, banana smoothies and then go from there. So, and your metabolism will just get more and more efficient. You'll feel better and better. You'll clear all this nasty stuff out. And yeah, check out my next videos. We'll talk more about all the rest of the benefits. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to eat your fruit. Peace.